This is the epic grotty Tesco's in Chatham, which is about to close down. So this is my last ever chance of getting into the abandoned upper levels of this building. Let's go! Tesco's in Chatham is just so grotty. It's a really nice building, and it's the last grotty building still open in Chatham since the grotty Pentagon bus station. They've now put fence up to stop you getting into the grotty bit. The Trafalgar Centre's closed down. It's just like the last grotty bit left, and they're now closing it. Right then, let's urban explore this building. Firstly, into Tesco's, and Tesco's wasn't making much money in this shop, which is why they closed it down, even though this is a very prime location for Tesco's, right in the centre of Chatham. Seems very odd they're closing this shop. For over 10 years, Tesco's has stopped caring about this shop, which is a good thing, as they haven't bothered to refurbish it much, which means this shop, which opened in the 70s, still contains a lot of its original 70s features, such as this look above the checkout. This is so 70s. In the past, you used to see us in some Tesco's, but they've all been refurbished. This is the only Tesco's left I know of that still has this really old 70s look to it. And just look up the lights, which lights up when the checkout person calls the supervisor. Notice the digit font of the number, because back in the 70s, digit fonts and making stuff look like a computer was really futuristic. Also, as well as this, there's lots of other 70s bits around this building. Now, let's go up to the car parks and just look at this spooky staircase. This is so awesome. How can they want to pull down a nice grotty building with such an epic spooky staircase in it? Anyway, up we go and along to the car parks, which still have some original 70s signs in them. Just look at this Tesco's logo. Wow, it's amazing they've actually kept these signs since they're so old up here. And now in this car park, at least 20 years ago, they shut down levels 5, 6 and 7, meaning the only levels you could go to were levels 1, 2, 3 and 4. But a few years ago, levels 3 and 4 got pretty disgusting. There was pigeon poo everywhere, and the local drug dealers decided to start hanging out up there, and it was pretty unsafe really. It was not a place you'd want to go. So to try and make the car park a bit safer, they've now shut down levels 3 and 4, meaning the only levels open are 1 and 2. And now going back down into Tesco's, and let's take a look at the lifts. The lowest floor in these lifts is store level, which just opens out into Tesco's. The next floor up is market level, which opens up on the same floor as Tesco's, just outside of the shop. Except to the lifts, this is not the same level, as market level in the lift shaft is 10 centimetres higher than store level, which is really weird. The lifts haven't opened in market level for at least 20 years, and it just looks really spooky out here. Just look at this with all the grills down in front of the lifts. This is so epically run down. And now the next level up from market level is restaurant level, which requires a key to get the lifts to stop at this level, even though this is a public level. There hasn't been a restaurant here for years, but this is the floor where the toilets are. So if you can't use the stairs to get up to this floor, you have to find someone else to walk up the stairs and call the lifts at this level while you are in one of the lifts and hope that it is your lift that serves this call. It is really weird. Even if you do go in the lift and hope someone calls it on restaurant level, you still might not even be able to get out up there, because quite often the grills are down in front of the lift, which means the lift doors will open and there will just be a spooky grill right in front of you. I actually quite like it up on restaurant level. It's real old 70s style up here. And now going up from restaurant level, the next floor up is car park 1 and car park 2, then 3 and 4, which are now locked off, then 5 and 6, which you need a key to get to, because these have been locked off for years, and the lifts don't go to floor 7 because that's where the motor room is. And now let's take a look at the lifts. These were some really nice 70s O&K lifts. They had their buttons replaced with horrible Dewhurst buttons in the 90s, and in about 2010 I think it was, these lifts were modernised by Otis. And now let's take a look at these lifts before the Otis mod. They were really creepy.
Car park level 1, car park level 2, car park level 3, car park level 4.
And now, let's take a look at how the lifts are like today, since the Otis mod. They are quite boring looking on the inside now. They're not even that grotty. Let's take a look at the buttons. So at the bottom, we've got store level. Then the level 10 centimeters higher than store level, which opens up outside of Tesco's, which needs a key, market level. Then the key for restaurant level, even though restaurant level is a public level. Then after that, got car park 1, car park 2, which are the car parks. Then there's buttons for car park 3 and car park 4. Car park 3 and car park 4 were closed down, but after the lifts are modernised, which is why 3 and 4 don't have key switches but have buttons. But if you press them, nothing happens because these floors are locked. Above this is car park 5 and car park 6, the car park levels which have been abandoned for years. Sadly though, unlike Dewhurst key switches, Otis key switches are very secure, so I can't mess with the key switches to get lifts to go up there. And now, as this shop is closing down, this is my last chance of getting up to the abandoned levels 5 and 6. But getting up there is a bit of a challenge, as here I am up on level 2, and here is where the ramp up to floor 3 is blocked off. There is no way anybody could get past this. It is completely secure. Despite the fact this is just a grotty car park, this place is so secure. You just can't get beyond level 2. If you're trying up the stairs, it's just completely blocked. You can't get past it. Both ramps from floor 2 up to floor 3 are completely blocked. And even if I was to get up to level 3, there's still the old bit where it blocks it off from level 4 to level 5. So getting up to 5 and 6 is an impossible job. So there is no way of getting beyond floor 2. You cannot get past this blocked off bit at all. And even if I could, there's another blocked bit in the way from getting from floor 4 to floor 5. Getting up to floor 5 and floor 6 and onto the roof floor 7 seems like an impossible task. But we all know there is a way. And here I am up on floor 5. Wow. People have not been up here for over 20 years, apart from a few maintenance people. This is so... Wow, just look at this. It's so grotty up here. Take a look at lift buttons and... it's locked off. You cannot call the lifts up here. I'm so glad I left the lift I came up on in manual mode, because if I had put it onto automatic mode, it would have gone straight back down and I'd be stuck up here. Right then, let's urban explore these abandoned upper levels of this car park. But it's only a matter of time until the staff down in Tesco's notice that one of their lifts has been taken out of service. Right, I don't have long, let's do this quickly! So here I go out onto level 5, and you can see there the blocked off bit on the ramp from level 4 up to level 5. And I'm beyond this blocked off bit, I'm up in the abandoned part. Not just the normal abandoned part of levels 3 and 4, but this super abandoned level 5. Right then, let's go up this ramp. And wow, this is so spooky, it is just so empty. No one has been up here for years. Wow. So then, up I go to level 6. Wow, this place is so creeping me out. It is so empty up here. And up I go onto the top floor, level 7. And it's actually quite epic up here. I'm just so amazed I've got to see this. I've been wanting to go up here for years. And along I go to the motor room. Grrr. This has got to be one of the most secure motor rooms I've ever come across. With 2 separate blocks of barriers to get up here, and they've still gone and bothered to lock a door. This is quite disappointing, because I was kind of hoping they wouldn't bother to lock the motor room up here since it's so secure up here. And now along I go to the other end of the car park. It's actually quite interesting up here. It's very abandoned, but the different stairways and buildings have quite interesting sort of 70s architecture up here. And here is the staircase. There's a lot of pigeons up here. No one ever goes up here. And this staircase just looks so good. And now along I go to the other end of the car park. And along I go to the ramp. And here I am, right at the top of these rampways. I've been wanting to find out what is at the top of these ramps for so long, and I'm finally up here. Yes! And Pigeon! Hello, Pigeon. He looks very surprised to see a person up here. Right, so down I go to level 6. And here I am at the lifts at level 6. Try the lift button again. And nope, I cannot call the lifts up here. So glad when I got off that lift I kept it in manual. If I'd put it back to automatic and it had sodded off back down, I'd be stuck up here. And now, let's get back to the lift. It's only a matter of time until staff notice that one of their lifts is taken out of service. And that is the end of the video. I finally did it. I got to the abandoned levels of Tesco's in Chatham.